Go.
Okay, so this is a roof truss. So basically, the roof support structure that helps hold up a roof. It like all the equations are spaghetti. So I'm gonna go over a basic diagram of the one that I was told to present, which is the one that I came up with, which was a more simple version that's easy to explain how the trigonometry and angles work. You can do trigonometry for the angles. I would explain it, but I don't remember all of it, so I don't want to get something wrong. So I'll just say what I know from actually solving it, and also how to do the basic trigonometry to find the side lengths. This will help you find every side length and angle. So if you take this triangle specifically, it's a right angle, so you can operate on it. You have the right angle here of 90 degrees, and it would be 45, because I'm just going to use that context that I actually know. You have on the bottom is the adjacent side, it means it's adjacent to the reference angle of 45 degrees. The opposite side, which is opposite it, right over here, and the hypotenuse, which is always the longest side on the right triangle, and it's directly opposite the right angle. It's always, yeah.
Does this taste like chocolate to you?
You then, so using sine, cosine, or tangent, you always want to use the one that you have, one that involves a number that you already have for the reference angle, for that reference angle, and the other number you don't know, because that's the one you'll end up getting out of that equation. So for cosine, so we'll use cosine because cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, and we already have adjacent, and we just don't have hypotenuse. Well, ignore that. So we'll do A over H. Cosine, and so that means cosine of 45 degrees equals 1.7, or adjacent, over the hypotenuse. We then, to eliminate the hypotenuse from here, we multiply it by h on both sides, which gives us, which eliminates here. So we have 1.7. We have h times cosine of 45 is equal to 1.7. And then we divide both sides by cosine of 45 to eliminate that. So we can end up with h equals whatever the result of this is. Because cosine of any degree is an actual number. It's because it's a ratio of the triangle. You have it ends up with you getting a really long decimal. So when you divide 1.7 by cosine of 45, you get a long decimal that rounds down to 2.4. H equals, so that means the hypotenuse would directly equal 2.4. And for this, I was using feet. The unit of measurement doesn't really matter in this case. Oh, technically not. That would be 2.4 feet for the hypotenuse. But that if you wanted to find the opposite, you could use tangent, which is equal to O over A. So, because the full acronym for all three is SOHCAHTOA, and that's just all the letters. So you have opposite over adjacent. So, and that involves 1.7 and a number we don't know. So, and because O is on the top and A is on the bottom, that makes it even easier to solve because we don't have to do any division. We just have to, after getting to this point, eliminate, instead of H, 1.7 times this eliminates 1.7, 1.7. So we literally have 1.7 times tangent of 45, because these would change if it was this angle, equals 1.7. Equals 1.7. Well, actually, no, it doesn't equal 1.7. Yeah, I'm sorry, I should have written it out. But h times tangent of 45 equals O. So that's literally 1.7 times tangent of 45 gives you 1.7. So that looks weird, but that just means that this, which looks like a rectangle, is actually a square. Meaning that all four sides, so these two sides are exactly the same. So the triangle that is directly flipped above it, right here, which is also a right triangle, we know that it's flipped because like a right triangle and a right triangle that both make any quadrilateral will always be equal to each other because they are the direct division of said rectangular square. And then, so that means every single side of this is 1.7 feet. You can then use that to find, by slicing this isosceles triangle to get two right triangles. You can use that, you can divide 1.7 by 2, which gives you a really weird decimal to get other numbers and stuff, which can give you this. So like this hypotenuse, this opposite. You don't need these, but you can get them if you need them. And you can do here angles would be like because the straight line is always 180 degrees, 90 plus 30 is 120. So that means this angle has to be 60 to make 180. And that would go for this side because it's mirrored. Because this whole thing is an isosceles triangle, meaning it's the same thing. You just mirror it. That also means for up here, you only have to do the operations for this right triangle, and then you can literally just mirror it over here. You do not have to do it for both. That would be a waste of time. And then for here, because this you now know is direct division, you have a 45-degree angle and a 45-degree angle. Thus giving you the context of this, because this other side has to be 90 degrees to make this 180 degrees. So, and 45 plus 45